Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We have layout updates number 33 coming at you. So, I'm going to try and make this as quick as possible because I'm getting over a cold and I've been debating on whether I wanted to do this or not and just post it tonight. It is Sunday, November 30th, last day of the month already. So this would be the October-November update for this time around. My work schedule's starting to slow down some. Still got fall cleanups. Got like 5 more fall cleanups. Doing 2 tomorrow. But then we're supposed to get some snow on Tuesday. So, anyways, I'm still busy. That's all right. You know, maybe the snow will melt and I can get to finish those other cleanups. You can see I got a full yard. Full yard. Alright, sorry if I'm moving you around too fast. Try and go a little slower. I won't talk slower. But anyways. Real quick. Basically you guys know about the toggle switches. Pretty much this is for the DCC bus line on a second level. I talked about that last time. The only thing different with that is I kind of just put a temporary piece of, it's like a backer board for a picture frame. It's pretty sturdy, just, you know, to give it a little extra support. I did some labels, incline DCC power. So that's if I want to stage a train on the incline, I can just leave it there, turn the power off, we're good. Did some labels for my fuel tracks, 1, 2, and then shop tracks, 1, 2, and then engine ready track number 5. So for those of you that don't know, these are the fuel tracks, 1, 2. These are the shop tracks, 1, 2. And this is the number 5 engine ready track. Experimenting with some, I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if I can get in there. Some rival departure, because I have 5 yard tracks all together pretty much, including track number 1 right here. Track number 2, eastbound, westbound trains. Track number 3, eastbound, westbound trains. Track number 4, southbound, northbound trains. Track number 5, southbound, northbound. I'm just experimenting. Nothing official. It's probably all going to change. Maybe by the next update, who knows? Lots going on. So, but the past couple months, I've been able to get some decent work done. I have a couple dwarf signals I put in, operated by these toggle switches right here. So this one I believe is for track number 2. Yep, so I can go red to green, center's off. Same with this one right here. You can do this, green, off, or red. And then I have this one right here. So Deerfield Yard on the west end has like a 3 light dwarf, and it kind of like I'm pretty sure it controls like the traffic that goes on to outside the yard, like maybe on the main line or the siding or something. But it's always yellow for the most part, unless there's something coming in the opposite direction, headed east. So, but generally it's usually just yellow. But I tried to mimic it with this dwarf, which these dwarf signals I bought off of Amazon a while back, and I just started now, you know, toying around. So the whole idea with this is to let me know, like, if it's red, that means not just this switch, but this switch right here would be closed, right? So say if this is open, say if I'm operating, this is open, and I have a track coming off from track 6, you know, that's open. I'll turn it green, and then, you know, once I move my locomotive or train or whatever, I'll just turn it red, because more than likely I'm going to be throwing one of these switches here. So okay, yeah, so I got those dwarfs. Stand by for 1 second. Actually, before I talk about the signals, So this yard tower was gifted to me, I want to say sometime in 2023, I believe, before Daylight Dave passed away. This is one of the things he gifted me with. He figured I could use it on my layout, and sure enough, I actually can. And if I remember, I will instill one of the actually a few pics that I got off of Facebook from a Facebook friend of mine who did a drone flyby over the yard. They're doing a lot of work, and he has pictures of the yard tower, like a lot better ones than the ones that I took from on and off trips to the East Deerfield yard. And the shape of it and everything pretty much looks the same. So when I put this video together, I'm gonna try and splice them in after I talk about this, so you'll see somewhat of a resemblance. But also, they don't use it, and there's talk on Facebook. Someone had mentioned that they're thinking about tearing it down. So I'm not sure if it's gonna stay up or not. I mean, on my layout, it probably will, just for aesthetics, scenery wise and whatnot. But I think it looks pretty cool. For some reason, I thought I had this wall, but I didn't. So I just took a piece of plastic styrene, and just kind of cut it to fit and glued it in. Eventually, I'm probably just gonna put some board these up and things of that sort, and put some windows here. Not actual windows. I'll probably just put the boards up to make it look like it's boarded after I paint it all like one color or whatever. Anyways, just stay tuned for that. There's a lot that's gonna go in on that. Still got to work on McClellan Bridge. Yeah, so stand by for 1 second. All right, excuse the mess. Got some backdrops up here on the top. So just something something I added over the past couple of months, which I think was probably like maybe 2-3 weeks ago I put these up. And over here, I painted the ceiling blue. How cool is that? So I painted this whole side. I had the painter's tape up here, and just bam, just painted it blue. Excuse me. So that's pretty much all set. I'm gonna have some sort of small backdrop in the background that's gonna touch the ceiling, but you could see how this house isn't like super old, but it's old enough. And I don't know who built it, but you could obviously see how the ceiling goes down in that corner. So I'll work around that, probably put some trees up. Gonna have to make a lot of trees, but put some trees up and all that stuff. Oh, hey there, how you doing? What's up, Cuddles? What's up? What are you doing? Little cuddle break. All right, so I got some signals up. A couple of single head dwarf signals. I'm sure you've seen these in a couple of the operations videos I posted. I just put this up for the ha-has of it. This is probably going to be a dead signal, because I think I only have one of the connections, or one of the LEDs burnt out on it, and I was thinking of just having like a scene where this signal is laid on its side, and they're putting up the new double head dwarf signal. So that'd be that with that. While we're here, I got some Code 70 track. For the first time ever, I've purchased Code 70. That track is going to replace basically all these spur tracks right here. So like this track, not Lakeville Shipping, Pelican spur track, and Harris rebar. And what I'm going to do with this track is I'm going to repurpose it. Stand by for 1 second. And excuse the mess. I'm going to repurpose it for my main line pretty much over here. So you can see it's still kind of a mess. It's more of a storage shelf for now, which I will be doing a big regroup pretty soon. I still got to finish this lamp. Got to do the wiring there. But yeah, so I'm going to take that Code 80 track and just use it for my main line on this side and the sidings. I'm going to have to probably order like another maybe 6 pieces of that track, which is fine. And obviously I'm probably going to have to order some more Code 70, and that's fine as well. I don't need it right at the moment, so I can hold off on that. And yeah, stand by for 1 second. All right, so while I'm still thinking about it, I'm kind of really digging this scene right here. So I know you've seen the railroad crossing signals in my operations. I got those up. So my new thought process for this area right here. So I got the double head here. It's interesting though, because if I was going to go with the double heads, I know I could utilize this one over here. Because 2 things. One, if it doesn't really matter about which side the ladder's on, it's too close to the tracks. And I think you would agree. And I really wasn't thinking of it when I put it in. I just like put it in. I was like, oh, cool. I got my signals in and all that stuff. Great. And I'm looking at it afterwards, and I'm like, you got to be freaking kidding me. How did I miss that? So anyways, if I don't do the tower, the big L, or the double or quad head, I'll call it, signal system on each side, there would be one right here and pretty much one right about here, probably where that hole is. So again, yeah, I'm thinking about doing a double head, which would control this crossover right here in Gardner, Mass. So anyways, with this one, if I don't go that route, I'll probably just get 3 more of these, and I'll move this one over here so the ladder's on the right side. And then I could figure this out a little bit. I can move it this way or that way. Oh, excuse me. I'm talking too much. But the railroad crossings, I think, are pretty good. The only thing with those is the signals. So I had actually triggered that on purpose, but I got this signal way over here. And then I put the other, sensor over there. This sensor right here. So my idea is I'm thinking, only because of operations and stuff, because I have two tracks that are spur tracks, right? They got to cross the road to get to these 2 industries. So I was thinking that maybe by having it at an angle like this, trains have to go slow anyways, maybe no more than 10 miles an hour through here anyways, because the it's thickly settled, it's industrious, tracks really, not up to date. Oh, excuse me. But then I had a thought as well as maybe taking this one, if I can, and move it over here, to where my finger is, over here. So that one to over here, and then leave this one here and just, angle it that way. Sorry about the hand. And then, of course, I got the other one right here, which hits this one over here. And I was actually even thinking about taking this one and probably just moving it back over here. But I would probably have to redo where the wiring is, because these right here are the wires for those sensors. anyways, it's a thought and process, so stay tuned for that. I painted this all black, or asphalt color, I should say, according to what the bottle says, for the road. So this is going to be like Main Street. There's some kind of cafe right here. Obviously an auto shop. I just painted this all asphalt. Put a little greenery right here just for some sort of scenery. I have pretty much the asphalt just going all the way down here to Central Gas. Painted a little greenery right here. And then I also was working on some super trees. And I was kind of like working on this scene right here in the corner. Excuse me. So, with that being said, my idea is to have just trees in this corner. There's no backdrop from here to right here. Okay. You can see basically the southbound northbound track that goes up to the second level is right here, and it goes behind obviously Centennial Mills and up and away. These backboards are here, easy to remove if I get a jam or something, which so far I've been pretty blessed not to have that. I did have a power issue the other day, but I figured it out. So hopefully that should be okay. And I'm debating on if I want to put backdrops up on, on this farther upright support for the second level. I don't know. I'll figure something out. I just want to make it disappear and make it look like it just blends in. But in reality, the reality of it is, which I should talk about the reality, you're not really supposed to see from basically like right here back. So from right here back all the way over to like, I don't know, right here somewhere in this area. Because this is going to represent, trains headed southbound. And, so I'm still trying to debate on if I'm going to have like a little hill section here in this area and do trees like that, just kind of like get the tallest trees I can get and just basically load it up with trees so it's just blended right in. I don't know yet, but I'm pretty happy with how that came out though, nonetheless. I think it looks pretty good. I'm not tooting my own horn, but I'm learning, So, I think that's pretty much about it. I'm pretty sure I touched base on everything. Fall back. So, pretty much moving forward, I want to start painting the track in this area. I want to get track painted. I need to fix this area right here. Earl from I can't think of it. Earl Widmeyer, I believe. He's on YouTube. He suggested because this is code 100 to code 83, so he suggested taking this out and laying the bottom of the rail on top of the rail joiner and soldering it together, which would make that flush. So I'm gonna take him up on that offer because I just left everything code 100 down here. This is code 83 except for my spur track, so I would have to do the same thing for this one, maybe. Or I think instead of taking things out and apart, I might honestly just take my Dremel and just grind it down some, because I've done that before and it works fine for me. So I know, right? Oh, you're taking the Dremel? Oh, that's crazy. Crazy talk. Well, I mean, this particular layout is not forever. So yeah, it's definitely not forever. And this right here, you know, just a little bit. This right here, a little bit. Oh, this one right here came out. That's like, oh, I did move the track around a little bit, but that's all right. That's another thing I could say. I actually straightened this building out some. The Heritage Furniture Building, now known as Bob's Furniture. Straightened him out a little bit because I didn't like the curve, you know. So, yeah. But moving forward, like I said, just getting this area tidied up track-wise, feeder wire-wise, paint it, ballast it, grind things down, whatever I got to do. And, you know, oh, I also have to, I'm going to have to put some tortoise switch motors in these, which I will do. I'm actually going to have to pop these out so I can get them free rolling, like I did up here with these switches right here. Yeah, so I took that, I don't know if it's a spring, whatever you want to call it, but I popped that thing out that's underneath, so this way the tortoise switch doesn't get jammed up. And I'd like to do that for the industrial switches here. I'd like to get that pull knob once I get the fascia up, you know, for the industry switches. Just kind of like push it in as the switch is thrown for the industry, pull it out, it's thrown for the main. Yeah, I've seen a few videos on that. I know Rick from SoCal, he's installed a few on his layout, so that's cool. Yeah, so pretty much that's about it. Yeah, I guess I'm done rambling. Questions, concerns, comments? Always love comments. Please like, share, and subscribe if you're not already. Share the video. Ask me questions. I'll answer them the best I can. Get back to you as soon as I can. I try to get back to all the comments as soon as I can. But sometimes they slip under the wayside. You know. Anyways. Say goodnight. Say goodnight, Cuddles. Good night. Yeah, she's just kind of like, whatever. Feed me. Feed me, human. Anyways. Tomorrow's December. Got the last calendar up here. Last page up for Dave Thurber's calendar. It's all set and ready to roll. Okay. Everybody take care. Be safe. Hope everybody has a great work week. And I'll try to hopefully remember to insert that picture of the tower that's at East Deerfield Yard. All right. Happy modeling, everybody. Real Fan Man, signing out.